We're going to go to our lightning round. We ask each person a yes or no question, starting with Steve Malnight. Yes or no, rich people in California breathe cleaner air than poor people?
I mean, I think that there are issues we have to address in economically disadvantaged communities in the state.
Yes. Mark,
I'm sorry, I'm not good with one-word answers.
Mark Ferron, when Mike Peavy was president of the California Public Utilities Commission, the commission got too cozy with the electrical utilities they regulated. Yes or no?
Yes.
Attorney General Kamala Harris is investigating possible criminal charges against Mike Peavy for private contact with a company he used to run. Steve Malnight, PG&E CEO Tony Early was brought in to clean up the mess created by his predecessor, Peter Darby, whose reign included the deadly San Bruno blast for which the company was recently convicted of 6 federal felonies.
Tony was brought in to solve a lot of those issues, so yes.
The cleanup job is close to being finished at PG&E, and PG&E will then hand over the reins to the current president, Geisha Williams.
They don't ask me.
Mark Jacobson, oil industry executive Jay Precourt gave $30 million to Stanford to fund the university's Umbrella Institute for Energy Studies. ExxonMobil gave Stanford $100 million. The university's reliance on funding from fossil fuel interests compromises its research into climate and clean energy.
In part, yes.
Steve Malnight, in 2010, PG&E spent $40 million on a statewide ballot initiative that would have made it harder for communities to start supplying power in competition with electric monopolies, Prop 16. That alienated many PG&E supporters and was a mistake.
Yes.
Steve Malnight, PG&E supports you mentioned earlier that PG&E supported AB 32, California's landmark climate law. So question now for Steve Malnight. PG&E supports the extension of that landmark climate law known as AB 32.
Are you talking about SB 32?
Do you support SB 32?
As it was written, we thought there was more that needed to actually be done to extend cap and trade, but we clearly supported the governor's goal of 40% and felt that legislation needed to be passed to enable it.
Okay. Mark Ferron, electric utilities are being more cooperative in the transition to a cleaner economy than oil companies and refineries.
Absolutely, yes.
Mark Jacobson, PG&E is one of the cleanest electric utilities in the country.
Is that a question? One of, yes.
I know that was hard. That's okay.
Begrudging praise.
I think so. Yeah.
Mark Jacobson, electric utilities are dinosaurs dying a slow death.
Yes. Yes, I think so.
That was a yes?
Can I answer that?
Mark Ferron, professors who have never put concrete and metal in the ground overestimate how difficult it is to build energy systems. It's a lot harder than computer models suggest.
Yes.
Mark Jacobson, Japan is 10 years ahead of the US on using electric cars as storage for the grid.
No.
Mark Jacobson, electric utility monopolies are the #1 obstacle slowing down the United States in the transition to carbon-free power.
No, not the number one.
Steve Malnight, nuclear power is renewable power.
No.
Steve Malnight, many opponents of nuclear power are doctrinaire in their views and not grounded in science.
Can you repeat that one again?
Opponents of nuclear power are ideological and not grounded in science.
I think we all have disagreements. There's disagreements. There's reasoned disagreements on that point.
Last question, Mark Ferron, 100% clean power plays well in Hollywood, but it isn't grounded in reality.
I don't think that's true. I think we can get to 100% renewable.
All right, how do we do? I think that's the end of our lightning round. I think we did it pretty well. Let's do that.